No! No, don't make me go back. Oh God, I have to do it, don't I? I have to finish it. Crusader Kings 3 is a paradox interactive video game in which you are able to play as multiple historical rulers during the Middle Ages. There are famous hard hitters such as William the Conqueror, Robert Guiscard the Haughty, King Sancho of Castile, and more recently King Baldwin of Jerusalem and Saladin, the Muslim leader who fought against Richard Lionheart. The videos I have uploaded and this video will have absolutely nothing to do with them. I'm not doing any of that fun shit. I'm focusing on one of the hardest achievements to get in all of CK3, Mother of Us All. To get this achievement, you need to start as Daurama of Daura, a female ruler in modern-day Nigeria. There's a few difficulties with this achievement, such as the fact that you need to conquer, unite all of Africa, and then you need to convert all of Africa to one religion. You are right now looking at what the game looks like when you start as Daurama Daura. Last video I did manage to unite everything into one country, but then realized that actually you need to also unite everything under the same faith. When you start the game, this is what it looks like, and all of this needs to be the same faith. That faith is going to be Bori, which right now only occupies like Central Africa. We need to make sure that all of this is Bori. All these other faiths, they need to go. Even if you've never played a game before, you should be able to understand why this is kind of hard. When I last left off, I wasn't doing that well. You are going to see somewhat sporadic footage here because I was unable to properly record this video. My game has been running for like 300 in-game years at this point, which means there was a lot of stuff for you to keep track of and it was lagging pretty bad. But there was another thing which wasn't going very well for me. I had no money. At this point in the game, as a big empire, this late in the game, this many years, this is no money whatsoever to have. And to top it all off, because I'm an empire, I have a bunch of vassals and a bunch of countries that want to, break free from me, which I can't help but understand. So what did I do to fix the situation? I cheated. Am I ashamed? Not really. It was actually very hard to cheat. I had to find a game state and then open up in like a notepad, and then I had to find where exactly my gold is, and I had to replace that. I gave myself 70,000 gold because that felt like it would be the right amount for an empire to have. And the entire time I was holding my breath. This felt like defusing a bomb. And then once I genetically modified my save file, I gently placed that inside of my CK3 folder, and it's time to start. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I consider this like my tax return or something. I should not be this broke at this stage of the game. I just realized I haven't taken my medication today, 1 second. Upon starting the game, I am Empress Daurama II of Hausaland. She is 46 years old, a clever woman, and a bit of a hashish addict due to stress. We can't all be perfect. This is what my empire looks like, and all of this needs to be converted to Bori. Since her great ancestor Countess Daurama Daura, this empire has been ruled by women, and so it will stay. We are a matriarchal society. And there's really no reason for this other than that I wanted to be... Oh, excuse me, I'm burping. And there's really no reason for this other than that I wanted to be matriarchal. Like, let the women rule for a change or something like that. This means that only women are able to rule, like men get nothing. Sorry guys. One small problem though is that my daughter and heir, this has had no downsides until now, and I'm gonna tell you why. But first let me explain succession and partition to you. So let's say you own one kingdom, and you have had 2 sons with your beautiful wife. Upon your death, your kingdom will just go to one of them, and the other kid will get a bunch of duchies or some shit. However, if you own 2 kingdoms, let's say you're the king of France and of England, when you die, that is going to get split in half, which means your 2 kids, one of your kids is going to get England and one of them is going to get France. And if you had daughters in this patriarchal succession, they're going to get absolutely nothing. But I don't own multiple kingdoms. I own multiple empires. I am the empress to end all empresses. And since we're matriarchal, that means that only daughters are going to inherit. And my daughter has 6 daughters of her own who are going to just absolutely annihilate my realm. Hypothetically, this is what succession would do to me. I'm not looking forward to being her either. She doesn't have that good stats. She's pretty good with money, but she is reclusive, which means she's a loner. She is physically disabled, and she is depressed. I'm not looking forward to playing as her at all. Okay, tangent over back to the present, where we are currently focused on converting all of this to one faith. I have my priestess converting these little areas of non-Bori religion to Bori, but it takes years. So I'm also going down my list of vassals and fighting people who aren't part of my religion and forcing them to convert, which really, this achievement is so unethical. Don't do this in real life. I quite like the Royal Court DLC, but it's such a pain in the ass constantly having to keep your court grandeur up. And if you don't have the court grandeur up at expected level, and in my case it has to be maxed out, you're gonna get a really big, like, negative modifier for it. Like, I feel like this should be like the court master's job or something, to, you know, feed the guests and stuff like that. Like, why am I doing it? Let's see how another emperor is doing. Let's check out the Byzantine Empire. Let's see how their court looks. Oh man, theirs is so much better than ours. This is so unfair. Can I just conquer like the Byzantine Empire and take all their shit or something? This is first in the world? The Byzantines is so much prettier than this, which is like Francia or something. Francia? Francia. Yeah, you get. Yeah, well, who cares? Who cares? Let's go back to my realm. What a bunch of greedy children I have here, wanting the most expensive food and the most expensive fashion. Just be happy with what you have, I say while looking over an empire which spans almost half of the world's surface. This is my sister. She's gay. She doesn't like me very much. She's also sick. As a matter of fact, not a lot of my vassals are happy with me right now, which is why I'm throwing a party for my gay sister, in hopes that everyone will come and everyone will be happy and maybe they'll like me a little bit more or something like that. The Daura dynasty is so big that I keep finding people I didn't even know existed that I'm somehow related to. The feast is starting to draw to a close and my visitors are surely expecting... Get out of the way, get out of the way. The feast is starting to draw to a close and my visitors are surely expecting me to lavish a little attention on Saurania Osaser, our esteemed guest of honor. Traditionally, a complimentary toast and a deep drink of spiced wine does the trick. Then again, all Osaser did was turn up. This feast was my idea, and I paid for everything, and I hosted everyone. This choice really sucks if you have like a trait like sadistic or arrogant, because then you get stress from being nice to people. And that's very unfortunate when we are in fact doing this feast for the sake of being nice to people so they will like me more. It worked a little bit. Remember how I talked about when you're an empire, you have a bunch of people inside that empire who don't want to be in it? This is an independence faction. It's a bunch of people who are part of my realm and don't want to be anymore. And it's very annoying. How do you deal with independence factions? Well, you could be not the empress of half of the world.
My desert. My Arrakis. My Dune.
Or you could do what I'm doing here, which is I am marrying off my kids to the kids of my vassals or my vassals themselves for the sake of creating alliances so that they might calm down. I managed to delay the inevitable, which is just gonna leave it to my heir. Speaking of heirs, Adora has another daughter. She has 8 kids and 7 of them are girls. Like, what an insane ratio that is. It's like she's trying to turn us into that all-female lizard species that's just a bunch of lesbian lizards laying eggs with more girl lizards in them. Not long after that, Adora became incapable. I've never played as an incapable character. I'm not sure if you can. The icon for it is brutal. I interpret it as being comatose or something like that. So it goes without saying that Adora does not have long left, so let's look at the line of succession. So it's my daughter's oldest daughter, aka my granddaughter, and then her oldest daughter. She didn't marry matrilineally. So what it looks like happened here is that my granddaughter married someone who is part of our dynasty, but not part of our house, you know, a relative, like a very distant cousin. Which means if my great-granddaughter takes the throne, this new house of the Daura dynasty will be the rulers of Hausaland. I'm not sure if I can let that happen. This should be my second oldest living daughter, I think. She's not doing so great either. Her husband annoyed her, disappointed her, cheated on her, eloped with another woman, and then he divorced her, and then he blackmailed her or something. And he is a rival, not very surprisingly. Oh right, I'm trying to kill my great-granddaughter in this picture. because she's part of the wrong dynasty. Okay, I guess I have no room to talk. I am painfully close to turning all of this into Bori, like so close it hurts. I just have a few counties left that I need to convert, and then not particularly surprisingly, Adora dies. I'm sorry, she drank herself to death? How did she do that? She can't even move! She was like in a coma! Who was feeding her? Oh no, I'm dying. What a surprise, seeing as I am 80 years old in the Middle Ages. Before I die, there's this perk called Golden Obligations, which basically means you can turn all of the favors people owe you into money. Hope you guys got your wallets ready, because I'm going to hell and like, yeah, I did that, and thank you. I don't know who you are. You. Man, karma works fast in this game. She got me from beyond the grave because I got some grievous burns for the last, like, days of my life. Ugh, finally. I'm now playing as the woman whose child I killed, for those who want to keep track of this mess. She is 35 years old and she doesn't have the best traits I've ever seen. She is callous, impatient, and chaste. So she is a mean, impatient woman who doesn't like having sex. I marry my concubine Amri Asyutid, who previously was the husband of my aunt Radia. I don't feel that bad for him. Like, he's got a pretty good life worked out. Working as the royal sperm donor to a bunch of beautiful rich women in the Middle Ages. Could be worse, I think. Oh god, the independence faction is acting up again. I try to send them money to see if they'll calm down. They do not. Look how close I have to getting the achievement. Can't you guys just chill until I get it? Please? They are angry. Like, no matter how much I pay them, no matter how many alliances, and no matter how many of my kids I marry off, they're still brewing like the revolution is coming. This is part of why I gave myself all that money before, because if I can't pay them to stop, then at least I can buy a bunch of armies and hope that will work. Why won't you ally to me, please? Come on. Why won't this marriage result in an alliance? They've left me no choice. I have no choice but to summon my entire army outside this guy's house just in case he decides to rebel, you know, just as a preventative measure. Don't mind us, boys. We're just assembling here. No way. What a shocker. The game updated while I was recording this video, and I'm not entirely familiar with this new map and war system.
What was that?
The Pope? Why am I beefing with the Pope? What does the Pope want from us? We don't need to worry about that. It's in a few months. Let's focus on the independence war that I'm currently crushing, and then we'll deal with the Pope. Okay, the siege is almost... Shut up! The siege is almost over. Let's hope this gives us a good war score, because I'm losing right now. I noticed this army, which I should be able to fight off, and so I summoned my army to kill them. And what you're about to see is some of the worst gameplay I have ever done in Crusader Kings 3. When you enter an enemy location, you take attrition, meaning a lot of your soldiers die. So I was just hemorrhaging soldiers by chasing this stray army, who somehow was just the fastest people in the universe. Like, come on, just hold still, just catch him! Oh my god, and why do you keep doing this? Just stop doing this, just give up and like siege one of their towns, stop chasing after them, you're losing so many men! Can the Pope just get off my dick? And why am I part of this? I don't even think that's part of my realm. Like a tiny bit of it is part of my realm? Am I part of this war because of that tiny little bit? I asked for white peace on the independence war, basically meaning a mutual truce, so I can focus instead on this war. I'm not entirely sure what happened here. It just says neighbors war resolved, and suddenly I'm not part of it anymore. I've genuinely no idea what happened. Let's go back to the achievement. Enough of this. Once this achievement is over, I'm gonna have to put all of my money into like developing my poor empire, because look how underdeveloped we are compared to other countries. Yellow means high development and purple means low development, so we are not doing great in that area. We're gonna have to focus on that once this is over. Back to the achievement at hand, we are almost completely Bori, and then I found this little Catholic county. How did you guys even get here? Die. And if I have to be completely honest, I'm right now trying very hard to get it, and it's quite late at night when I'm recording this footage. But the thing is, I was very frustrated because I knew I could get it. Because the thing is, I turned OBS off because it makes my computer run worse, and I thought I turned it back on, but I didn't. And during that space of time, while I thought it was on and it wasn't, I got it. It was literally 1 in the morning. Here is the photo I took of it, pardon the quality. I can't believe that I got the achievement, and I can't believe I got it while I wasn't recording, which of course leaves the question.
What do now?
Wait, I have one more thing to say and then this video is over. It is absolute horse shit that this achievement is counted as hard as restoring the Roman Empire. It's not even that hard to create the Roman Empire. You just like start as the Byzantine Emperor and then you already have half of the damn thing. And then when you have the Byzantine Empire, you just conquer a bunch of little duchies and then you have Rome.